Alright, in previous years, I do this thing where I rank every single song. I feel like that's the pretty standard YouTuber format where we just round up all the songs and we say a quick little blurb about, oh, I like
this one, I don't like this one. This is what's special about this one, this is why I don't like this one, this is why I don't come back to this one.
I'm not going to do that this year because that's really not how I experienced Eurovision. When I created this channel, one thing that was really important to me was that it stayed true to who I was. I'm a fairly opinionated person and sometimes I rub people the wrong way because I say exactly what I think and I don't soften things ever. And I'm not gonna change.
That makes me sound like the biggest douchebag ever.
Anywho, I'm looking for my people, and my people can handle me. And if you can't handle me, you're not my people. That's it. Here's the thing. I've always made a Eurovision playlist every year. Just the songs that I keep going back to, the ones that survive multiple listens, and the ones that earn their spot. So I decided that I'm gonna spice it up this year and I'm gonna do my own thing. So instead of creating this massive playlist of like 30 something songs and ranking them and reviewing them, I'm gonna focus on what made it onto my personal playlists. What are the songs out of the 2026 Eurovision season that I keep listening to on repeat? I started following Eurovision in 2003. The main draw back then for me was just music, just getting to experience different artists from different places, different types of music that I wasn't exposed to. That to me is the beauty of Eurovision. If we're gonna be completely honest, the real reason I started following Eurovision in 2003 was because I was weirdly obsessed with Julia from Tattoo. Remember them? I know. Choices were made. We all had our phases. We can talk about it some other time, okay? This is not the place. But that somehow led me to Eurovision, and that turned into a much bigger obsession. So I'm gonna give you my 2026 Eurovision playlist. Not every song, not a top 10, not a top 5, not a ranking of any sort, although I will give you sort of a ranking of the two songs that I personally think have the biggest potential and the biggest likelihood to win this year. I'm gonna start with the meat and potatoes. I'm gonna start with the songs that I listen to the most. I know I'm already contradicting myself because I just said I'm not gonna rank anything, but top 5 by play count in no particular order. This one just works. It shows up, it does its job, and then before you know it, you've played it 20 times on repeat. So very efficient. We love that. What I really like about this is that it's not only is it culturally highlighting Cyprus, but it also has this air of like, it's just effortlessly cool. It knows it's cool, but it's not trying to convince you that it's cool, which ironically makes it more convincing. Also, very dangerous on stage if they get the staging right. What have you done to me? This one's not even in Eurovision technically, and it's, in my opinion, one of the best songs out of any lineup that we saw this year. So it is absolutely blasphemous that this didn't make it. It's weird, it's theatrical, but it's controlled and perfectly commercialized and radio friendly. This could have been a moment in Vienna, and we'll never know. This one is just dramatic in a good way. Not in a we tried too hard kind of way, but it was always meant to be a big performance kind of way, and they nailed it. In my book, it's good to have people either hate or love your song, and this is what we've accomplished here, I think. I've seen very few people say, oh yeah, I kind of like this song, it's all right. People either love it or hate it, but very few comments in between, which tells me this song stands on business and has a very clear identity. And as somebody that relates to that and appreciates that, bravo. Bravo, Bulgaria. Thank you for coming back with a bang. Now, we're gonna put a little pin here before we cover the rest of what's on my playlist. You already took a peek. Let me just get this out of the way. In my opinion, it's either going to be Finland or Sweden. I would be really surprised if it's not one of those countries that ends up winning this year. Heavily leaning towards Finland. I think they have the most complete package in terms of the performance and how it's going to be received the night of the grand final. That being said, there's a lot of variables, a lot of moving parts. So this is not a sure thing, but based on the betting odds, based on what I've seen so far online, those are my two top contenders. Sweden is giving you Sweden. We know exactly what we're doing. We've done it before. We'll do it again. Finland is sort of the opposite. It's more theatrical. It's riskier. The performance is a little bigger. It's the kind of entry that has the potential to take over the entire night. If I had to come up with a percentage of like what the likelihood is, I would say it is 60% likely that Finland is going to win and 40% likely that Sweden is going to win. I was never really interested in math, but I think that adds up to 100 and it makes sense. Moving on. Now, how I'm going to organize the rest of the playlist is going to be a little weird, but we're going to start with the songs that I skip sometimes. Again, the fact that these songs have made it onto this playlist means that I like them enough to listen to them multiple times. But sometimes when they randomly come on, I will skip these because I can't.
I keep dancing on the ice.
It's very vibey, but it's giving you main character staring out of a window instead of main character in the middle of the frame, if you know what I mean. So sometimes I get to skip. What do I say about Australia? She showed up, she delivered quality. This is probably the most Eurovision song this year. I'm not going to elaborate on that, you know what I mean.
Whatever, cada vez.
Definitely a vibe. Definitely, however, I need to be in the mood for this song because sometimes I just can't.
I'm dancing soaking wet.
Erica Jane, The Death of Me. Again, another one of those songs that very vibey, a little bit dramatic. We support that. But it gets a little repetitive at times. If I'm not in the mood for it, it does get a skip sometimes. Okay, the rest of these, I don't think I've ever skipped.
A little faster, a little louder.
So I know this poor girl got some hate online and she was even accused of plagiarism. And let's be very clear. Songs are gonna sound like other songs that have been made before. And just because there are a few chord progressions that match or that sound very similar, that's not plagiarism. This specific case, I don't see it. Greece had another very good option had they chosen to send this. This one demands attention. I love how weird and quirky it is. It's very dramatic in all the right spots. Probably a little off-putting for some people. I'm not one of those people. I like weird shit like this. So again, lots of drama around this one too. I know the whole experience probably left a sour taste in her mouth, but I'm thankful that this song is out and I get to listen to it. I think that's the whole point of Eurovision. So this is fun and a little bit nostalgic sounding to me. It does have some very balanced peaks and valleys in the sound, which I appreciate because it's easy to listen to. It's just a good song and that's it. This caught my attention just for the presence alone. It's stylish, it's unbothered. Some people could argue that she is trying really hard to be cool. She's not trying, babe. She's really cool. So this was my 2026 Eurovision playlist. Just the songs that I listen to on repeat. So let me know what you think. Are you surprised by any of these? Do you strongly disagree or agree with who I think is going to win this year? Let's have a combo in the comments. As always, thank you for spending some time with me. I will see you soon. Over and out.